Welcome to the Swinging Lights. A few weeks ago, I got a crazy idea to convert my green 1977 Volkswagen Westfalia bus into a traveling podcasting studio. And this last Saturday, I took her out for a test drive. I drove TaWanda down to Provo, Utah. Yes, my bus's name is TaWanda. Got that from the fried green tomatoes. Anyhow, drove TaWanda down to Provo, Utah to the Velour. The Velour is a music venue that has been a staple in Provo for a number of years, ran by a fantastic human being, Corey Fox. The Velour is one of my favorite music venues to catch bands at. It's probably one of the coolest decorated venues I've ever been to. The sound quality's top notch. The bands they book are great. Anyhow, this last Saturday, Kasadoom, Penguin Mofex, and Sago were all performing, and members of each band were kind enough to give me some of their time, even though they were scrambling around trying to get set up for their show. But they each gave me some of their time, sat in the bus with me, and we had some really cool discussions, and they performed some songs as well. It went better than I could have expected. So my guest today, who was the first guest for the first TaWanda episode, is Cole Barnson from Kasadoom. Cole played in Kid Theodore, which was a Utah staple a number of years ago. Moved to LA and ended up playing with another band, Toy Bombs, and now he's back in Utah, started Kasadoom, just dropped an EP. It's phenomenal. You got to check it out. You got to check him out live. He puts on, him and his band put on a great show. So anyhow, without any further ado, Cole Barnson from Kasadoom. All right, I'm here with Cole Barnson from Kasadoom.
Kasadoom, yeah.
Kasadoom.
Yep, you got it.
So I've watched you play in a bunch of different bands.
I know, man. It's been, that's what I was actually trying to think. We've known each other for, I don't know, like over 15 years or something.
Something like that, yeah. Long time. Met you and Ryan Darton through my ex-wife.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
The Kid Theodore days.
Dude, Kid Theodore was so good, man.
Oh, thanks,
I still
man.
listen to those albums.
Yeah.
And then you went on and did Toy Bombs.
Yep.
And how long were you in that band?
So me and Brandon, so I'm a little sweaty. Me and Brandon, who was in Kid Theodore as well, as you know, we did that for, dude, almost 7-8 years. That took us to LA, and so I'm back in the honeybee state. Is that right?
The beehive state.
The beehive, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I've been gone too long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started this project, which is kind of just a bunch of songs over the last 5 years. And Ryan, who you mentioned from Kid Theodore, he just moved back too, so we started playing. And then a couple guys that used to tour in Toy Bombs are playing as well. So it's just kind of like, you know, a decade plus of music, and I've kind of pulled everybody back in for this project. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, I mean, I've listened to, did you put up the tracks today? Because there's a couple of tracks on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I was listening to.
Yeah, so I've been like doing this teaser thing I started it like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, shit, this is a long time to like tease about this. So but yeah, so I put it's all up. You can buy it on Bandcamp, or you can go to SoundCloud and check it out there. So,
cool, man. You got albums tonight for sale?
Yeah, well, downloads. So tonight is like kind of this is our debut show. So I was trying to think, I haven't played like a live show in probably like 3 or 4 years.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Shit.
So this will be fun. It'll be an experience. But so it's kind of like a soft release. I've got a bunch of downloads of some merch. But
saw you up last night. Screen printing shirts.
Yeah. No, it's funny because you know, we've both been around the block now.
Yeah.
The moon, been around the sun. That's the phrase.
Yes.
So it's funny. Like my wife was kind of like making fun of me last night because I'm like up screen printing band shirts again, like if we were 18 again or something. But yeah, it was fun. I built my own press, DIY, So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
How'd you
yeah.
learn how to do that? YouTube?
YouTube. Seriously. It's like I was about to go pay for it, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to pay for this. So for like seriously like $1.25, I built a press.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's
Dude,
like
you have to show me how you did it.
Yeah, because it's so.
Because selling shirts, it's not like the most cost-effective thing. You're
No.
basically trying to get people to advertise for you, right? And
something to.
And you don't make much money off of shirts
Yeah.
unless you're buying them in
Mass,
huge amount.
And it's actually kind of fun, dude, because like the shirts each came out a little different because of my experience. You know? So everybody's gonna get. That's I'm gonna custom Kasadoom shirts.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
I remember when you guys were in Kid Theodore and you went. There was one show. I think it was you guys opened up for St. Vincent
Oh yeah.
at what was that place called?
Was it Kilby?
No,
or,
in the venue.
In the
That was
venue,
called
yeah,
in the
yeah,
venue.
yeah.
So you opened up for them, but you had this big, fucking like shirt rack, and it was all these DI shirts you guys had bought, like all these crusty shirts. Some of them were cool, and then you did some type of printing on them, and you baked them in the oven.
Yeah,
So yeah, I had this like brown flannel that's got burn marks on it, but it still has like the Kid Theodore logo on the back.
Of that run, we found this like jacket that was like, I don't know, it was like embroidered gold Jaguars.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was like two-tone, and so we just like as a joke, we're like, dude, let's just put it up for like $50. Sure enough, dude, somebody bought a $50 Kid Theodore Jaguar jacket. So
hopefully they're still sporting that shit, right?
It's still out there in the world. Yeah.
So what was LA like? Like you took off and moved to LA. You guys were still in Kid Theodore when you moved there. And then Kid Theodore kind of fizzled out after a while.
Yeah, so we went to LA to thought we were pretty big fish. So we went to LA, which was amazing actually. I think a lot of people default to talking shit on LA.
Right.
But luckily, I don't know. I kind of think of it as like the yin yang thing. Like for how many like fake or shitty people there are, there's gonna equal out with like awesome people.
Right.
And we were lucky to like land in with some really awesome people. Some of which actually Sego, the guys we're playing with tonight, that's how they were like some of the first guys we met when we moved to LA. So it was a great experience. We did a lot of I don't know, it was interesting. It wasn't so much about like, it's just all industry there, you know what I mean?
Right.
So here you're super jazzed because you're gonna play this show and you're gonna try to get 300 people out. And I feel like LA's a little different because you're not worried about, you get caught up in like, it doesn't matter who comes as long as it's Jimmy da-da-da, you know what I mean? Which is silly, and I guess that's just how it works. But it was good though, and I still like have a lot of really good friends I'm out there. The guy that produced our this EP, his name's Danny Cabin. He's like amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's really well done.
And he's a really good buddy now, and so I wouldn't have ever been.
And he's here in Salt Utah,
me and him lived in LA at the same time since he's moved back to Ohio, and then I moved here. But it's just kind of it's kind of a hub, so you get people from everywhere and people come and go. So while I was there, a lot of really great friends and people I still use today for like anything from music licensing to just say, hey dude, listen to this, does it sound like shit or not,
Right.
So it was good, but I'm glad to be home. I mean,
because all your family's here.
Yeah. So that's kind of what drove us back. I had kids. I have 3 kids now, and so as much as I love LA, it's just not cost effective.
Yeah.
So we slowly went from there to Vegas, and now we're home in Salt Lake. We live in a berm house, too.
What's a berm house?
It's like Ryan makes fun of me because I make it sound like I live in a hobbit house, but it's kind of like a half. It's like my house, right? And then there's just a hill that goes up to the roof, so it's all insulated by earth.
Right.
And then the back is just like a normal house,
Huh.
So I have a backyard, but we found this awesome.
So it's like energy efficient.
Yeah, it was like 80s energy efficient, right? Like
Okay.
I think it is. I mean, I don't know different like bills wise or whatever, but we bought it because really like nobody knew what to do with it. Like
Right.
nobody knew how much it was worth, or so. Me and my wife like quirky things. Like we'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm loving it there, and I'm super stoked that. So since all that time, I haven't been playing in a band specifically with Ryan for 8 years, you know. So it's been like amazing to get back to like the roots, you know.
So what's he playing in the band? Is he
He's playing
on bass?
keyboards
Keyboard?
and BGVs,
It's a BGV.
background vocals.
Oh, okay. Yes.
All right, yeah.
Background vocals.
Yeah.
I didn't know Ryan was playing with you tonight,
Yeah,
man. I'm
yeah.
excited.
Yeah, it'll be really fun.
I'm
It'll
gonna
be
kick
like
his
a-
ass for not telling me he's back in town, man.
But yeah, so it's good, and I'm really like of all the projects I've done, this is kind of like I don't know, like it feels like it's more my baby, you know.
Right.
Everybody, I always was collaborating and always bringing lots of people into it, and which is still the case, but this is a lot more like if it was the Cole show, you know.
Right.
Which is kind of a fun experience because like everything from the screen printing, design, whatever,
Right.
to
You
what's
get to
actually-
decide
yeah,
what
yeah,
all that stuff is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, man. I don't think people understand. Like, they come to a show, they're on their fucking iPhones, and it's like, dude, if you had any idea, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to, I saw Jack White play with Tyler Childers. Have you heard of this guy yet?
No.
Tyler Childers, he's like just phenomenal country artist, man. Like, you know who Sturgill Simpson is?
Oh yeah. I
He's
love
like in that
Sturgill.
vein.
Yeah.
If you like Sturgill, you'll love
I'll have
Tyler
to check him out
Childers.
because I'm on the Sturgill boat.
Yeah, this guy's same deal, man. So anyway, went there, and it was at Salt Air, and we get there, and as you're going through line, they make you put your phone in this little bag, and it locks,
Oh really?
and you can't use your phone the whole time
That's amazing.
until you leave. And it was like going right back to the 90s to watch a show.
Oh weird.
Nobody's on a phone, everybody's engaged, dude. It was so
Yeah.
badass. And I'm like, they got to do that at every
Oh,
venue,
totally,
man.
dude. I mean, it makes this is like totally the default grandpa thing to say, whatever. But it's like it really is like even like in between sets, right? Where like now the default, we all like grab our
Yep.
phone out and text people or
Instead
just
of
look
talk
at whatever,
with
whatever.
one another.
Yeah, but like that's where I found a ton of buddies because after the last band, you start
Chit-chatting about it. That was
whatever.
awesome.
Yeah.
If you're thirsty, man, I got beverages in the
Oh,
cooler,
thanks,
dude.
man.
Yeah, I got beers and sodas and waters, all
Water
sorts of
for you
stuff.
right now.
Yeah. So, is it weird being back in Utah though? Like, because I imagine the music scene's quite a bit different.
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to find my way back into the music scene. I feel like I've been going to a fair amount of shows, but it's weird because I mean it's a stereotypical thing, and I know, but I'm gonna say it anyway. There's a just a social difference here versus other places. So it was a little different coming back to that, you know, like getting away, coming back, and some of the stereotypes that exist with Utah culture. But all in all, like, I mean, aside from the crazy amount of smog we have now,
Yeah.
it's a great place to live, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we started hiking again and outdoors, and it's just
I'm doing a 105-mile backpacking trip through the Sierras.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
actually think I saw that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
rad, dude.
hiking, man. I love getting out in the woods.
Dang, 150 miles. How long did it
105.
take?
We were supposed to do 200, but we all had pretty significant blisters after the first 100-mile loop. It was like a 105-mile
fail.
loop. Huge elevation gain and loss, like
Yeah.
nutty.
So yeah, how long did that take you guys?
We did in 8 days.
8 days. Oh shit.
Yeah, so we're doing like 15, 17-mile days,
Dang, that's like
but like
booking it.
huge
dude.
up and down, and then my buddy rolled his ankle a couple of times, so we're just like, fuck,
Wow.
probably not a good idea to start another 100-mile loop with
When-
an
yeah,
injury
yeah,
and some
yeah.
blisters and whatnot. But
Yeah.
Utah's great for that. My wife and I, a few years ago, we sold our house down in the city and we moved up to the mountains. Like, we live in a cabin now. We have to snowmobile in and out during the winter because they don't keep the gates open.
Dude,
that's a better life.
Because you're up in Summit County, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I love it up there. We've been, so since I got back, I bought a Triumph.
Nice.
Or I have a Triumph. So I've been like doing that whole Hebrew loop.
Yeah.
You
gotta ride your motorcycle up to my cabin, man.
Dude,
come hang out.
Totally
down. Wish I still had my motorcycle. I sold it a few years ago to finish the engine conversion on this bus. I was like, shit, man. I decided to buy a brand new motor, slap it in here and everything, and I was just like really itching to get it done. And my wife didn't want to ride motorcycles anymore because she got a little spooked on the motorcycle one day.
Yeah.
And so I ended up selling it, but I want to get a bike again. It's so much fun.
It really is. Like, it's the
best.
Just makes you feel like a man.
Yep. So your son, is he playing bass now?
Oh yeah, dude. So
he's like teeny. He's holding that big old bass and he's getting at it.
And I have this. It's like one of the lawsuit Fender bass, or it's a Honer, but it was like the jazz bass ripoff, and they got sued for it, whatever.
Right.
But it weighs seriously like 50 pounds. It is so heavy. So he wanted to start a band with his buddies, and he's 9. He's a little guy. So I like took this out, and like he's been just going at it.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you learned bass in high school, right?
Yeah,
Didn't you play upright first?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first instrument you ever played, or?
No. So my parents, bless their hearts, they made like my whole family. We had to play. It was like you have to play the violin or the piano until you're 14.
I can't imagine any parent saying you have to play the violin. The violin is like, even when you're like a moderate player, it's still just, you hit one of those sour notes. Like,
no, my childhood, it's so part of my oldest brother is like a really amazing musician and composer, and so I think they thought, oh, it's working with him, let's make the rest of them do it. And anyway, so I started with that, and then
piano or violin?
Violin.
Okay.
And then as soon as I could quit, I played the drums, and then I just kind of like, once I started playing in bands, middle school or whatever, just like made my way to the bass. And then I've ended here on the guitar. So
still play the bass ever?
Just him. I've like showed him some stuff, but I was never a great bass player, dude. Like, I like the bass,
right?
But just like groove wise, I'm just
more of a guitar player.
Yeah. I think really what it came down to is I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm just not like a musician's musician. Like, they're like tools to me, right? Like, it's like songwriting, where like some people it's just like it's like another appendage, right? Like, they can just shred, or they all. For me, it's kind of like a means to the end. So I've never become.
You can get on it, play it, make it work in a song.
Yeah. But it's never been like. Yeah, I don't know all the modes, I don't think.
Right. I'm like trying to learn that shit now, dude. I'm 40. I'm online with the Scott's bass lessons, man, and they're awesome. And I'm like, dude, there's so much shit I had no idea about. Like, I've just been stuck in these like little patterns and things.
There's this book. It's what's his name? Is it Dave Fricky? He's like the guitar player of King Crimson. And he has this book he wrote or co-wrote or something called Ultimate Guitar Guide. And you should check it out, dude, because it like changed everything for me. Because it's literally like a handbook that it goes from like literally like, here's a quarter note, all the way to here's how you build a guitar. Like, it's like this thick, but it goes through everything in a way that it's totally, at least for me, it totally makes sense. Excellent. So like, it took me from like, my bar chords to just like
playing
big picture,
all sorts of shit.
Like big picture stuff with music and just like understanding. So, anyway, anybody listening, Ultimate Guitar Guide.
Okay, we'll put that in the notes.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time you have, man. Do you want to jam a song or something?
Yeah. Let me. I gotta go. That'd be cool because we gotta go sound check in a second.
Yep.
And I'll actually play you guys a song that
should be in tune. But double check.
We're not playing tonight because tonight we're trying to keep it a little rowdy.
Yep.
But this is a song that's on that you can sorry, that you can download. Okay, bear with me, okay? You might have to do some edits, some hard cuts here. Ready? Have you tried the new tradition? It's exactly like the old, with a better position, but a lighter, heavy load, where the freeways are free, and the markets are free, and the speeches are free, but slightly broken. But you're not there, you're not there, you're not there, you're not there. I really like the new direction, so simple and so sweet, and I can feel this love connection from my waist down to my feet. But my mind was all gone, and my timing was wrong, and my lights ran away, except the good one. And the fox is in the mire, and the fox is in the mire. But you're not there, you're not there, you're not there, you're not there. I can change the conditions. Rome wasn't built overnight, but I'm a man on a mission. And I was shocked when I saw the light, but the earth was down, and the earth holds me down, and the sun leaves me alone, slightly broken, and the future's in the fray, and the future's in the fray. But you're not there, you're not there, you're not there, you're not there.
That was awesome, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, it's I'm putting on acoustic. It's kind of actually electronic song.
Sounds good, man.
But yeah,
I like
thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So let us know one more time where people can find your music.
Yeah. So Kasadoom.com.
That's KASADOOM.
Yep.
.com. Okay.
You can go to links there, or I'm on SoundCloud and Bandcamp for now.
Okay.
So exclusively those places.
And you're gonna be playing more shows?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the plan?
So the plan is we've got a full band now. The wheels are turning.
Okay.
So,
well, I wish you all the freaking success in the
thanks,
world,
brother.
man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, man.
You're welcome.
All right.
If you enjoyed this episode of The Swinging Lights, then please take a moment and head on over to iTunes and just give us 5 stars. God damn it! That's how iTunes works. It works off of algorithms. And if you want to help us, that's one way you can do so. Another great way to help us out is tell your friends about us. Tell your friends about The Swinging Lights. That'll help out a whole bunch too. If you don't like the podcast, just unsubscribe. Just want to thank everybody who's taken the time to write reviews, give us feedback, and just thank everybody for listening. Have a great day.
So relieved. This one treated me like a dream. Impatient, wide-eyed, tell me you're kidding. She fell for a simple smoke screen. All the trouble, all the drinking, she never
solitude.